Hey everyone, welcome to my channel Students Success Hub. I hope you are all doing well today. In our previous class, we discussed the types of research. Today, we move to a very important concept in statistics and research methodology, testing of hypotheses. This is the backbone of decision-making in research because it helps us to scientifically prove or disprove our assumptions. Let's start with the meaning of hypotheses. A hypothesis is a tentative assumption made about a population parameter. And then we test whether it is true or false using sample data. It is a statement that can be tested using statistical techniques. Moving on, next we have types of hypotheses. Null hypothesis, H, states that there is no significant difference. Example, there is no difference in the performance of students taught through online and offline classes. Alternative hypothesis, H or HA, this states that there is a difference or relationship. Example, there is a significant difference in the performance of students taught through online and offline classes. Directional hypothesis, predicts the direction of the difference. Example, online students perform better than offline students. Non-directional hypothesis, states a difference exists but does not specify the direction. Example, there is a difference between online and offline learning outcomes. Now let's discuss the steps involved in hypotheses testing. Step 1. Formulation of hypotheses. In hypothesis testing, we always begin by stating two hypotheses. 1. Null hypothesis, H. It is a statement of no difference or no effect. It assumes the observed data is purely due to chance. Example, there is no significant difference between the average marks of male and female students. 2. Alternative hypothesis, H or HA. It is the opposite of H. It states that there is a significant difference or effect. Example, there is a significant difference between the average marks of male and female students. The null hypothesis is always tested, and the decision is made whether to accept or reject it. Step 2. Selection of appropriate test. Depending on the type of data and research problem, we select the appropriate statistical test. Common tests include Z-test, right pointing arrow, used when population variance is known and sample size is large. T-test, right pointing arrow, used for small samples or unknown population variance. Chi-square test, right pointing arrow, used for categorical data. ANOVA, analysis of variance, right pointing arrow, used to compare means of more than two groups. The choice of test depends on type of variable, quantitative, qualitative, number of samples, groups. Sample size, large, small. Step 3, level of significance, alpha. Before conducting the test, we decide the probability of rejecting a true null hypothesis, known as the level of significance, alpha. Commonly used values are 5%, 0.05, right pointing arrow, accepted in most social science studies. 1%, 0.01, right pointing arrow, stricter level, used in highly precise studies like medical research. If the probability of the result occurring by chance is less than alpha, we reject the null hypothesis. Step 4. Computation of test statistic. Using the sample data, we calculate a test statistic, Z, T, F, chi-squared, etc. Formula depends on the test chosen. Step 5. Decision rule, critical value, p-value. There are two approaches in making the decision. 1. Critical value approach. Compare the calculated test statistic with the tabulated critical value at the chosen alpha. If calculated value is greater than the critical value, right pointing arrow, reject null hypothesis. 2. P-value approach. Find the probability, p-value, of getting the test statistic. If p-value is lesser than the alpha, right pointing arrow, reject null hypothesis. This step is where statistical theory converts into decision making. Step 6. Conclusion. Based on the comparison, we conclude. If we reject null hypothesis, right pointing arrow, there is evidence to support the alternative hypothesis. If we fail to reject alternative hypotheses, right pointing arrow, there is not enough evidence. The null hypothesis stands. Important, we never accept the null hypothesis. We only say fail to reject. Hope this small effort have helped you. For more such videos, like, share and subscribe to the channel Students Success Hub.